Renovating a home with balloon framing. We plan to remove an interior wall that is a load-bearing balloon-framed wall on the second floor that carries only the weight of the attic floor joists, 6 inches x 12/6 inches x 16, which are sistered directly above this wall, overhanging each direction by about 16 inches. We would like to install a header to eliminate this wall and support the above joints. The interior wall studs run down to a crawl space. How can we provide support at each end of the balloon-framed wall to support the header correctly?
Just to clarify, are you working with a contractor?
No. DIY.
Do you plan on doing the work yourself?
Yes.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
Type of header beam to be used would be helpful.
Do you have any pictures you can share with me?
4627 photo of balloon framed wall that supports attic floor joists. 4629 floor where wall framing runs to first floor. Second floor floor joists are overlapping bearing wall on first. 4632 by 8 blocking is loose laid at this point. Attempting to stiffen up the floor. 4631 double top plate on bearing wall. Take notice to the 2 by 6 joists overlapping the bearing wall by about 12 inches. Let me know if you have any more questions.
Sorry for the delay. I have several questions. 1. Is there going to be any occupancy or storage in the attic area? 2. So no roof loading comes down to the wall that is going to be opened up, correct? 3. What is the span of the attic floor joists off of each side of the wall to be opened up, 12 and 16? 4. What will the length of the opening in the wall be? 5. Do you want me to size the beam for you?
1. No occupancy. There is minimal storage space in the attic. Ductwork/mechanical access. 2. No roof loading. Roof is supported by the exterior walls that run parallel to this bearing wall. All that rests on this wall are the attic floor joists/insulation/attic floor decking. 3. Yes, 12 and 16 feet 4 inches. 12 span at opening. 5. Please size the beam.
I'd like to point out that a professional engineer's standard of care typically includes a site visit to assess field conditions and get an overall understanding of the structure. This can obviously not be accomplished through the internet. The information provided here is meant for planning purposes only, general sizing and budgeting, and is based on the information provided by you. All loading cases considered are for vertical loads only, no lateral analysis has been completed. The information should be verified by a professional engineer who can visit the site to ensure that potentially important information has not been overlooked or omitted. I can give you a couple engineered wood options for your 12-span beam: 3/2 x 9 1/4 king beam 30 Fe 4 DF/SP 3/2 x 9 1/4 Versa Lam 1.7 2650 SP. These are Boise Cascade products, and you can go to the following link to find distributors in your area. https://www.bc.com/location/ You can use a 222x4 Douglas fir, number 2 grade or better, or a 6x6 for your posts. You will need to have a local engineer detail your connections, determine foundation requirements, and check your structure's lateral stability due to the fact that you are removing a large portion of wall. Experts are credited for each adequately rated answer they provide. If you have additional questions, please let me know. Thanks. Let me know if you have any more questions.
How do we providing blocking in the floor to support the transferred load on each side of the installed beam this framing runs through the first floor to the foundation? Would it be acceptable to use 2 by 10 by 12 or 2 by 12 by 12 structural lumber, fastened to each side of the stud wall directly under the attic floor joints, which would create a 7 inches wide beam, so to say? This would eliminate temporary walls altogether. Then cut out the remaining studs. I've heard of laminating 2 by 12s with plywood for dimension's sake. I wasn't sure if this would be acceptable.
Not sure I follow your proposal. Could you draw me a rough sketch and share it with me? I want to make sure I fully understand your proposed configuration.
See the attached side view of the bearing wall. With the wall in place, sandwich 2 by 10/2 by 12, on either side of the existing wall. Run 3 2 by 6 posts on each side, then cut out the existing remaining 2 by 4. Lag/carriage bolt the assembly together.
So this configuration would be in place of level beams I proposed above.
This would eliminate the need for temp bracing, etc. The width of the beam is not an issue, just wanted to see if this configuration would be considered acceptable. In my mind, I wouldn't see why not. Time savings is my concern.
Conventional lumber is not as strong as the levels I specified and would not work. You need to build a temporary wall on each side of the wall to be removed, about 2 out on each side, then cut out your opening, then install your new 12-span beam.
10:4. How can we shore up the below wall to support the end posts? The wall cavity to the balloon-framed wall runs through to the first floor.
How are the second floor joists attached to your balloon framing?
There is a ledger board notched into one side, and the joists are mechanically attached as well. I should clarify that the studs used are a nominal 2 by 4, not standard-sized studs.
The studs at the proposed opening just have to be cut off just under the subfloor level, and you can provide that additional blocking like you have shown, to keep the lower studs tied together. Then you can add your subfloor to match the rest of the second floor surface level.
Wonderful. You have been a great help.
Good luck with your project.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.